Hello everyone. The topic for today is write equations and represent solutions. Right now I want you to pause the video so you can copy down your notes and then resume when you're ready. So the first thing that we need to remember is that we're going to define the variable, which means that we're going to choose the letter and tell what it represents. And we also have to keep in mind that some solutions may have to be represented on a number line. So let's take a look at the first example. The temperature dropped 3 degrees per hour for a total decrease of 51 degrees. For how many hours did the temperature drop? So we have to first define the variable. So we're going to say let D represent So I made a mistake there. We're going to say let D represent the hours the temperature dropped. Because that's what we're trying to find, how many hours. Okay. And our expression, our equation is going to be 3D equals 51 and actually it's going to be negative 3 degrees because it dropped 3 degrees. So the reason that is because we're trying to figure out how many hours it took for the temperature to drop 51 degrees. So some number times negative 3 gives us 51. So if you remember the tic-tac-toe, we have a positive number divided by a negative number, which means that the answer is negative. So to solve this, we're going to do 51 divided by negative 3, and our answer, D equals negative 17. Okay, next example. The average heart rate of a cat is 1/3 that of a hamster's heart rate. The average heart rate of a cat is 150 beats per minute. What is the average heart rate of a hamster? So again, we've got to represent define the variable, and then we've got to write an equation. So let's define the variable. Let H represent the heart rate of a hamster, and our equation is going to be 1/3 H equals 150. You could also say H divided by 3 equals 150. So in order to solve that, we're going to multiply 150 times 3, and our answer is 450. So H equals 450. Now we've got some examples of problems in which we represent the solution on a number line. So here we have negative 5 times W equals 45. So 45 divided by negative 5, that gives us negative 9. So on our number line, we've got to first label it. So we'll just put 0 right there just for argument's sake, and we'll label all the other numbers. Okay, and since the solution is negative 9, we're just going to place a dot right there at -9. So now we've represented the solution on the number line. Looking at the next example, c minus 7 equals -12. So we've got to do -12 plus 7. That is -5. So again, we're going to represent this on a number line. So let's put 0 there just because we can. And since the solution was -5, we're going to put a dot right there at -5. This example, I want you to solve that on your own, but there are more things that we're going to cover in the video, so don't stop the video just yet. So looking at number 1, it says Matt spent $6.50 on his lunch. This is $2.25 more than his friend Jackson spent on his lunch. How much did Jackson spend on his lunch? So we've got to define the variable, and then we've got to write an equation for this scenario. So J is the cost of Jackson's lunch, and that is $2.25 more than. So if Matt spent $6.50, that means that $6.50 is $2.25 more than Jackson spent. So the correct answer is B. For the next example, we've got D. It says divided by 6 equals 13. So to solve that, we have to multiply 13 by 6. That gives us 78. So the only solution on the number line that has 78 with the dot is D. So that's our answer. Now, in addition to the previous problem, I want you to solve this problem and this problem. Bring those answers along with any questions that you may have with you to class tomorrow.